How is this good with you? I don't get it. I genuinely don't understand. He's just talking about like random bullshit. Naming it the Gulf of America, saying that there's two genders. Who the cares about any of that bull? Like, you're stupid. I'm sorry, you're just dumb. Like, people are like, oh, you shouldn't be mean to Republicans. You want everybody to watch your videos. Man, I don't give a If you're a Republican, I hurt your feelings, you want to stop watching, I don't care. Stop watching. I don't give a I will never not say what the I think. All right, let's get it cracking.
Exactly can they do? And this is something that they
like, come on, dude. Like, look at this nigga. He looks crazy, dude. At the very least, we can all agree he looks fucking crazy. Can we agree with that?
Are struggling with internally. They really do not have a coherent message. Democratic leaders will
He's
even
like 2.5 shades away from blackface.
Tell you that they don't have the majorities in either chamber, so much so that they're actually considering whether or not they want to leverage a possible government shutdown in just 10 days and a way to push back against some of the efforts from the Department of Government Efficiency and Elon Musk and the Trump administration. We'll have to see
That's not
if they
his skin. Why is he orange?
forward with that. But Democrats, they are keenly...
Look at all the other white people. They are all completely different colors than him. That is man-made.
Aware of what they are up against here. They are having some challenges figuring out a way to confront it, but they're also keenly aware that the president won on the issues, right? We're talking about the economy and immigration. Of course, two things the president is expected to focus on tonight, David.
Rachel, thank you. As we watch as the president greets members of not only the Supreme
surfer
Court,
boy.
but the military.
He's shredding, my bad.
And big changes at the Pentagon, Martha. The chairman of the Joint
God.
Chiefs out in just the last couple of days.
One of the first things he said he wanted to do was get rid of woke generals. Pete Hegseth said the same thing, Secretary of Defense. He fired General C.Q. Brown. Just about ready to speak there.
The two most pussy dudes to ever exist. If you're a Trump fan, you're a Trump fan, that's fine. But if you're like a fake Trump fan, bro, which anybody with a brain knows that JD Vance is, like, come on. Even the people that like Trump, you really think JD Vance is on your side? Like, come on, bro. If you don't realize that he's just playing the game, you're retarded.
Also,
I'm sorry.
The chief of naval operations. So some of those people.
This little creep too. Is this the one that talks about like him and his son and like monitor each other's like porn watching? Is that him or is that a different one?
We're unfamiliar there tonight.
Chance of USA inside the chamber.
Control-Alt-Defeat. Who might be right? Are you saying I'm right about something? Because if you are, that makes me
copy of the
feel
speech
good.
to Speaker Johnson.
Are you talking about?
Of course,
like,
you'll remember the
Vance
years
Day?
when former Speaker Nancy Pelosi was standing behind him.
At least we agree on something. Like, they should not be... Like, he literally uses her makeup. They're the same color. What the fuck is this shit? Is that what this is? Also, Control. Okay, we agree on the JD Vance thing. That's good. Aren't you weirded out that this dude's, like, doing crypto coins? Like, Trump coin? That's not odd to you? 2 days before inauguration, a president launches something called, not even Trump coin, Trump meme coin. That's not weird. No alarm bells going off. Okay, so we agree the rug pull was bad. All right. Like, that's not enough for you to be like, fuck this guy forever? That's like the most ghetto shit I've ever heard in my life. A president doing a crypto, like that's like Jake Paul being the president, bro. How is that not enough? He literally is scamming the citizens of this country. Yeah, true, Leo. And his wife did a rug pull right after. Like, and that's just like right in your face. Like, that's just like a fuck you, you're gonna take it. You know what I mean? And you like, how is that not like super wild? I don't get that. No, because gambling is legal. But he's the president. He's not a YouTuber, and it's not gambling exactly. this shit? I don't get it.
Thank you.
Oh my God, look at all these dick suckers. Like, you just saved a fucking child from a burning building. Can we just get into it? God damn. I feel like they've been clapping for 20 fucking minutes. Ugh! Gross! God damn this shit. Never mind. I was gonna call her a bitch, but I don't want to do that. That's weird.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
This
much.
feels cultish to me. I'm sorry.
It's a great honor. Thank you very much.
Suck off.
Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, the First Lady of the United States.
Oh, hell no. They're not about to start clapping again. What this bitch do? Why I gotta clap for her? She ain't done shit. I'm sorry. What has she done? What has she done? She did a crypto scam, bro. What am I clapping for this woman for? Doing nudes? And a crypto scam? And stealing Michelle Obama's speech? What has she
Members
done?
of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
This doesn't gross you out at all. Control, Alt, Defeat. This isn't weird to you? Even if this was my side, I'd be like, bro, everybody in this room fake as hell. All the Kool-Aid, every drop, Maddie, every fucking drop. He said pull you up, I don't know what that means.
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been
Suck a
nothing
dick,
but
Jeff.
swift and
Fuck you, nigga.
unrelenting action
Think I give
to
a fuck?
usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started.
Okay, like, genuine question. What have they accomplished? I want to know. Oh my God. I'm not going to get one guide by Jeff. All I have to say is I don't fuck with Democrats either, but Donald Trump literally launched Trump Meme Coin. This dude sold pieces of the suit he got shot in, I think. That's fucking crazy. You guys are like, go vote for the Democrats that rob you. Like, this guy's openly stealing from you. He is known for fucking over working class people before he ran for president. He even bragged about it while he was running for president, not paying people that did the job for him. And you people just fucking deep throat this nigga day in and day out. It's so weird. I don't get it. He is not your friend. He's not your friend. I'm sorry. He's just not. Ugh, neither is this creep. This slimy fuck. First off, oh my, yes. Oh my, Jeff, you can't be a real person. Are you 7 years? You're probably 7 years old. He said, first off, Trump is a millionaire. Do you think he needs to swindle people? Like, that's one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard anybody say. That's one of the dumbest. This guy's rich. You think he needs to steal from people? Yeah. Yeah. He's been doing it his whole fucking career. Dumbass. What? What? What, like, do you you're 7 years old. You're not a real person. You're either a bot made by Elon Musk or you're 6 years old. There's no way you're an adult with a functioning brain. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to. That wasn't real. All right, you're trolling. That was good, Jeff. You're funny.
Chamber tonight to
That was
report
funny.
that America's
Oceans. Biden is not worse. Trump is way worse. You live in Canada. All right.
momentum is back. Our spirit is back.
I'll say Biden was worse visually because he couldn't speak English. But everything, Jeff, I'm not even reading your comments anymore. After that, you've lost all credibility. You're in the void. You're wasting your time, dude. Hurry up, unsubscribe, unlike, make another account, unlike, do whatever bitch ass nigga shit you need to do. I don't care. After you said Donald Trump is a millionaire, first off, he's a billionaire. You're a dumbass. That's the first thing you got. And then you said, do I think he needs to steal from people? After I said he's a documented thief. You didn't disprove that. I said he's been stealing. He bragged about not paying people who built his shit on his own campaign. You didn't talk about that. You said, do you think he needs to steal from people? It's like, you people are retarded. I'm sorry. You guys are so dumb to talk to. It's just a waste of time. At the end of the day, it's like, anytime you try to talk to one of these fucking Republicans, you say like a cohesive sentence that this is why I believe this, and they just ignore everything you say, and then they just say, MSNBC. It's like, oh my, what? Are you even a human? Am I talking to a human? It's like, I would rather talk to a dog or a wall or like a piece of fucking broccoli. At least if I talk to an inanimate object, they can't say stupid, goofy shit. You know what I mean? I get to just hear myself. Holy fuck, you guys are stupid. I'm sorry. You guys are just dumb. I'm sorry.
Pride is back.
I wish I didn't mean that as much as I do.
America's momentum is back. Our spirit is back. Our pride is back. Our confidence is back.
What?
And the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before.
According to what? According to what?
The American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again. There's never been anything like it.
They're like, is that a good thing? It'll never be this good again. Is that, am I supposed to clap? Okay, clap. Yeah, okay, clap. Yeah, that was good, right? That was a good thing. Like, based on what? Can you give me some sort of stats? Because from my perspective, and I could be wrong, I'm always open to being wrong. As much shit as I talk, right? Most of our allies are not fucking with us right now. The stock market just crashed, and we have tariffs on our two biggest allies, our two biggest trade partners, which is going to make everything more expensive. Housing markets are crashing in Washington, D.C. We're having massive fucking layoffs. And a bunch of economists are talking about an incoming recession. So I don't see how the fuck anything that this orange fuck just said is real. But maybe I'm missing something. I don't know.
The presidential...
And I know I sound sarcastic. That's because I mostly am. But if you hit me with something that makes sense, I'll be like, okay, my bad. I missed that. I didn't know that. Whatever the fuck.
Election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes.
What did he just say?
We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral
Yes, I know. Who gives a fuck? The election is over. Like, we know you won. Good job.
College victory of 312 votes.
It's because most people in this country read at a 6th grade level. What are the little signs for? Is this an option? Do they bring slavery back? Oh.
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
You did it. Fuck. bullshit, man. This is so cringe, bro. Like, he hasn't. I am hating, clearly, but has he said anything that he's done that's, like, actually real? Or is he just saying, because for me, it just sounds like bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like, we're the best, I won, and everything is awesome. It's like, based on what, though? Like, he didn't say GDP is up, unemployment is down. Like, these are the things I would like to hear, you know? I'm just one of these gay liberals, but you know what I mean?
Counties in our country, 2,000.
I heard booing. What happened?
And 1 counties in our country, 2,700 to 525.
What's happening? He said, get him out of
On a
here.
map that reads almost completely red for Republican.
Red for Republican.
Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an
According to what?
astonishing record, 27 points.
Because I've heard that he has the lowest approval rating out of any president besides himself. Let's look this up. Let's look this up. I'll just look up approval rating. I won't even look up low. Let's look this up. We don't want to use CNN. They don't believe in anything CNN. ABC, are they neutral? They probably don't believe ABC is neutral. I'm just going to go ABC anyway. As of Monday, polling average, Trump indicates indicates that 48.1 approve while 47.8 disapprove. 48.2% have an unfavorable opinion of Trump, while 46.5 have a favorable one. Now, can you compare that to what the average is? Because, I mean, it sounds like about half. I don't know what average is, though. Last week, a separate Washington Post poll found Trump's approval rating at 45, with 53% of Americans disapproving. Also, 50% said that Trump has exceeded his authority since taking office. Well, that doesn't sound good. 57%, huh? Okay, here we go. So here's comparing, right? Trump 2025, 45%, 50. Oh, wow. This looks fucking terrible. Okay, so disapprove. It's higher. Okay, to be fair, Obama's. Oh, wait. Oh, no, actually, that's Trump again. Oh, wait, never mind. Sorry. Obama's was 22%. So, yeah, it looks like he has the worst approval rating based off of just what I'm reading. Damn. Nixon's was super low. That's just what this says, but I don't know. The only person that beat him was himself in terms of doing a worse job. So this seems like a lie to me when you look at the statistics. But okay. You know what I mean? I'm just one of these gays that likes to look at numbers and stats and shit. I know you guys like to jerk yourselves off to everything that he says, but you know what I mean?
Swing.
Because he is daddy, and I get that. Daddy is strong, and daddy is truthful. I understand.
It's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
Is he still talking about the election? Nigga, who cares? We know you want, like, doesn't it bother you people that this dude's bragging about him winning the election? Bruh, you have the job. You have the job. You've had the job for a month. Like, what have you done? Like, bro, I fucking won. Let's fucking go, dude. Fuck yeah. We fucking won that shit. Record wins. Not really, but like record wins, and everybody fucking loves me. That's all he said. And people were just like, what? This is fucking embarrassing. Imagine being a grown man who went to college and cares about politics, and I gotta stand up and clap for this shit? This is humiliating, objectively, no matter what party he was with. Even if everything he did was amazing. He hasn't said. that he's done anything yet. But it's like you haven't talked about any of the things that you've done. Isn't that what you're here to do? Why are you addressing the nation that you won the fucking election? We already know that. This is childish. This is immature as fuck. I'm sorry, what?
Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
What? That sounded like numbers. What did he say?
Optimism. Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded.
Small business optimism?
A 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain.
Matt, I respect that. Honestly, if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, I'd rather you didn't. So shout out to you, because there's plenty of people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're not willing to admit it, and then they just vote for something based off of fucking vibes, which I think is irresponsible. So we need more people like you, Matt. Honestly, you're a hero.
Decorum in the House and to members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
Uh-oh, look at this ethnic yelling. Get him.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint.
Remember, this is the freedom of speech. True. Remember that. Did I say true? That's not a word. Well, it is, but not the way I meant it.
Session.
You stand up when Daddy talks. Yeah. I like that. Vance has hemorrhoids.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat.
They're going to kill you.
Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order.
Oh, no, they're going to remove him?
Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Looks like he said shame on all of you. I agree. People are gross. But you knew that when you walked in. This ain't nothing new. You know how these people think.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President, you continue.
Thank you.
Please keep talking your
Over
shit, Daddy.
The past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land. The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
Like, are you going to say what any of those executive orders were for or what they've accomplished so far? To restore common sense and optimism. Like, what? You think this is good? You think this sounds good? Are you niggas serious? Golly, people are stupid. Like, why are they clapping after every sentence? Is this normal? I'm not going to act like I always watch these. I don't know. Maybe this is what they always do. If this is what they always do, it's gross. Like, can you just let him talk? He's like a toddler taking his first couple steps. Like, every time he says more than 2 sentences, these people give him a fucking standing ovation. It's weird. Just objectively, this is weird.
In fact, it has been stated by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation.
Who is saying that? We just went through the numbers.
By many.
By many, you mean people on... And look, again, they're clapping and standing. This is so weak. Oh. That's hilarious. So that's what these are for. Got it.
And what makes it...
Wait, go back. I saw the most miserable looking woman I've ever seen in my life. Damn. She does not look happy to be there at all.
And what makes it...
Oh, wait. That was the bitch-ass nigga who was... I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call him that. That was the strong man who was like, but the doors are locked. But the doors are locked. I can't open the doors. Grown-ass man over here bitching on fucking FaceTime. Like, nigga, what do you want me to do? Break it. Pussy. Like, people think just because I shit on Trump, I love the Democratic Party. Fuck no. I don't like either. But the Republicans are way worse. This time, at least. They suck. Oh, we have to change. Okay. Why? What's wrong with it?
And what makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? How about that? I don't know.
Reporting what? Oh, it's buzzing. Is this shit buzzing for you
About
guys?
that list, but we'll take it. Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion of our country. And what a job they've done.
Okay.
As a result, illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever.
Like, do you believe that? Like, there's no way that that's real, right?
They heard my words. And
Like, they all know that's not real. Like, even if you compare it to Trump, like, what about when the border was totally shut down during COVID? Wouldn't it have been lower then? Like, that just makes sense, no? Like, you really think this was the lowest month in the history of the country? Really? Really? Like, come on, bro. They don't believe that.
They chose not to come.
Who just out of curiosity, since we have so many fucking Republicans who want to speak to me. I'm sorry, that one was mean. But do you believe that? Jeff, I'll read your comment if you're right this time. Do you believe that? Control-Alt-Delete, do you believe that? He said, yes, sir, secure the border. Biden said he needed legislation to secure it. Trump did it in 3 days. Please respond. Responde. He said, I'm sorry, what? I said, okay, so I said Trump said that his first month, that was the lowest, like, border crossings in the history of the country. I asked if you believe that.
Much easier that way. In comparison, under Joe Biden, the worst president in American history, there were hundreds of thousands of illegal
Okay, you doubt it. Okay, all right,
crossings
just
a
making
month.
sure.
And virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums, were released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy.
Well, you could just say the truth. I mean, like, you're just saying things that are lies. You know what I mean?
To make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy
It's a weird thing to say.
in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these
I know, Leo. I really think he thinks that, like, the insane asylum is the same as, like, seeking asylum. I really think that's where he got that from. This shit is embarrassing. Like, what's making you think people are opening up insane asylums and sending them to America? Do you know how hard it would be to get to America if you're, like, clinically insane? From like Sudan. Like you think you think they're just like opening those like, here you go. Get to America. Good luck.
These people sitting
But
right
it's
here.
okay when he pardoned his son-in-law father.
When he pardoned his son-in-law father. I don't who what?
Well,
But it's I haven't talked about pardoning anybody yet, I don't think. I don't feel free to send more money and explain what that meant.
not clap, will
But thank you for the $2. I appreciate that.
not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what.
You haven't said any achievements, bitch. All you talked about is how you won, and then you talked about optimism and what else? Joy. Or no, he didn't even say joy. You haven't said anything. You said the border thing. Even the Republicans here know that was fucking a lie. So like, what have you done? You just talk about how awesome you are, or you think you are, or how awesome you think other people think you are. Like, what the fuck? I could cure a cancer of a disease that'll destroy the world. I'm like, nigga, what are you talking about?
Five times I've been up here. It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
Oh, people are mean to me. Yes, you're the president, bro. That's the fucking job. I don't know why you wanted it. It's weird that you wanted it. So weird that you wanted it. What's your opinion of him freezing arms shipment to Ukraine last night? Yeah, I don't know. It seems super fucked up to me. I'm not super read up on the Ukraine thing, and by super read up I mean read up at all. But from my understanding, a few with a couple other countries. It was us, Russia, a couple other countries, and Ukraine.
Dog. Jared Kushner. You really don't know?
No, I just didn't know who you were talking. Oh, he pardoned? Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were talking about Biden. I didn't know if you were talking about Trump. Yeah, okay. Fuck. What the fuck was I talking about? Okay, yeah. But from my understanding, which is limited, Ukraine had nukes, and us, along with a couple other countries, including Russia, said, hey, if you get rid of our nukes, we will protect you. And then Russia decides to invade Ukraine. So from my perspective, it seems like, yeah, it makes sense for us to, honor our deal and protect them, especially when one of the people who signed the fucking deal with us are the people that are invading them. Especially, like, people just seem to think that we're just sending them $1 trillion a day. But from my understanding, we're just sending them, like, old U.S. military shit that we're not even fucking using in general. So it's like, we're not even really doing that much. You know what I mean? It's like, if I say, hey, if anybody bullies you at school, I'm going to be there and protect you. And all I do is, like, give you, like, weapons I don't use. I give you, like, a used bat that I'm never going to use to protect yourself. And I'm like, bro, I'm doing too much over here. All right, you know how much that bat was worth? It's like, that's what it seems like to me. But I could definitely be misguided here. But, yeah, I mean, the Republicans seem to think that we're just giving them infinite money. But I don't think that's the case. And what about the homeless veterans? Clearly, this is the Republican side.
So, Democrats sitting before me, for just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America?
What are the wins? You haven't said anything. You have not said anything substantial. I feel like I'm in a fucking an insane asylum.
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
Oh my God, again with the standing. Evil one for sure. There's no arguing that. Like, bro, what? Like, don't you find it weird that these niggas are standing up literally after every sentence? That's not odd to you? Like, again, I don't watch these, but like, this feels very cultish, feels very dictatory to me. Leader has spoken. We must get up and clap. Leader has finished sentence. Get up and clap for leader. And that was an ambiguous accent, so you can't say I'm racist. It's a cult. Even Neo agrees, and Neo disagrees with me on everything because he's a hater ass bi.
Every day my administration...
Okay, Redacted said, what do you mean, bro? He mentioned the border. We already said the border was a lie. The economy, the... Okay, wait. Fuck, it's moving. The billions coming in with Oracle and OpenAI. When did he mention that? When did he... I have not heard him say anything about Oracle or... What was the other one? Or whatever the other one was called. And what did he do for Oracle? How what maybe I'm missing it. What is he doing?
Is fighting to deliver the change America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it. This is a time for big dreams and bold action. Upon taking office, I imposed an immediate freeze on all federal...
Yes, Redacted. He said that this was the lowest border crossings in the history of our country. I think we can all agree that that doesn't even make any fucking sense. Come on.
Hiring, a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid.
Like, I don't think that that's necessarily a freeze on all foreign aid. Like, to me, it just makes sense, especially from what I understand, like the USAID thing, we're spending less than 1% of our fucking GDP or budget or whatever the fuck it's called on that shit. It was like 0.7%. It's like, it makes sense to me to spread a little money around the world and make people hate us a little bit less. Like, hey, maybe we should, even if you're just a selfish prick, I mean, I think we should spend money, like, trying to help kids with AIDS in Africa. Call me a communist, but like that makes sense to me. But even from like a selfish standpoint, it makes sense. Like, don't you watch mobster movies? Like, you spread a little money around the neighborhood, make sure people aren't trying to fucking kill your ass, Like, it just makes sense. You want people to be happy. You want people to be pro-America. That's gonna come back and help.
I terminated the ridiculous Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was...
Like, those of you who how much do you know about the Paris Climate Accord? Why do you think... Because when I've heard, like, scientists talk about this, they're like, this is horrible. So why do you know more than that?
I want to buy an iPhone. I don't want to make M.
It was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not...
Yeah, right? Quentin?
paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health...
Is that the Hakeem man?
...organization.
Like, what makes you think that withdrawing from WHO is a good thing?
And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council.
I don't know what that is, really. What does the Human Rights Council do? I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know. But I'm not going to clap for him drawing out of it. That sounds like a good thing. I don't know. All of these things, they sound like good things. Like, shouldn't we be working with different doctors around the world? Why would that be a bad thing?
We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe.
Like what?
And totally unaffordable. And
are things cheaper now? Because from my understanding, everything is more expensive. And the stock market just crashed. So, like, what do we talk? What?
We ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic destruction.
Elon Musk. Where's Elon Musk? Show his face. Oh,
to unshackle our economy, I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first
This is
day.
exhausting. This makes it take like 17 times as long because these niggas clap after everything.
And in that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job.
Like, that sucks. Like, anybody who's worked any sort of job, working from home is way better. Why would I be mad at people working from home? Like, what? Why would I clap for that? Yeah, bro, fuck working from home, bro. Fuck you. Bring your ass to the office, bitch. Fuck yeah, dude. That shit's gay. You gotta work here. I gotta see it.
And we've ended weaponized government.
Work from home, bro. That'll save you gas, saves you time. You're happier. You could live where you want. Like, that's a win. The fuck? That shit sucks. That shit sucks. You gotta come into the office now.
Where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me.
Here you go.
How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good.
Every sentence. Oh my God. Everybody in this building is a bitch. I'm exhausted.
And I have stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back.
Didn't he literally just kick somebody out for speaking like 5 minutes ago? What the fuck? How many times has he gone after the press and threatened the press, bro? Didn't he just talk about trying to remove MSNBC's whatever fucking thing? Their shit? Like, what? What is he talking about? When was free speech ever under attack? I don't understand that. Like, when did Joe Biden ever arrest anybody for saying some shit about the government? Donald Trump is the one who talked about arresting people for burning the flag. Donald Trump is the one who sued Bill Maher for calling him an orange orangutan. Donald Trump is the one who went after fucking these late night comedy hosts and tried to get the FAA and shit on their ass. Or not FAA, FCC. That was you. What the fuck are you niggas talking about? I don't get it. I don't know how you fall for that shit every time. Oh, he's a freedom of speech guy because he says curse words and shit. Like, bro, look at his actions. He is the one that threatened. He tried to shoot protesters in the fucking leg. What are you talking about? It's like, what? To me, this isn't even a political thing. This is just like a common sense thing. This is, don't listen to what they say, look at what they do. It's just like basic, common fucking sense.
And 2 days ago, I signed an order making English the official language of the United States of America.
Like it wasn't already. What is this? What? Everything he says.
I renamed the Gulf of Mexico the...
Oh my God. I would say if they clap for that, I'm going to get annoyed, but I know they're going to. Like, you really give a fuck about him naming it the Gulf of America? Are you people that cheap? That's all it takes. Wow, he named it the Gulf of America because we in America. Like, that's how I think you sound. Which is probably true. Like, that's all it takes for you niggas to get up and clap and do little backflips for this dude. Are you serious?
Gulf of America.
Ooh. Whoa, that affects my life. Ugh.
And likewise,
Wait. Coon. All right.
And likewise, I renamed for a great president, William McKinley, Mount McKinley again.
I don't know anything about him, but he probably sucks.
Beautiful Alaska. We love Alaska.
Hedging that bet. I don't know if that makes sense.
We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military.
I would act like I care, but apparently black people actually benefit from DEI the least out of any group, even though that's like a dog whistle for lazy black people. But you know who's the #1 recipient of DEI? I'll give you guys a hint. Guess. Or no, I'll give you the opportunity to guess. Who do you think it is? Who's the #1 recipient of DEI? A recipient? I don't know. Beneficiary? I don't know what the word would be. Let's get your guesses in. What do we think? Drum roll. White women. There it is.
And our country will be woke no longer. We believe that whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller, you should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race.
You are.
Or gender. Very important.
Bro, this is exhausting. I'm about to skip through
Based on merit.
I can't take this.
And the Supreme Court, in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only 2 genders, male and female.
Oh my God. Do you see what I mean? Like, do you see what I mean? Redacted, are you still here? Like, how? How is this good with you? I don't get it. I genuinely don't understand. He's just talking about like random bullshit. Naming it the Gulf of America, saying that there's 2 genders. Who the fuck cares about any of that bullshit? Doctor, whatever, I couldn't, like, it's just stupid. Like, you're stupid. I'm sorry. You're just dumb. Like, people are like, oh, you shouldn't be mean to Republicans. You want everybody to watch your videos. Man, fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck. If you're a Republican, I hurt your fucking feelings. You want to stop watching? I don't care. Stop watching. I don't give a fuck. I will never not say what the fuck I think. Except when it's really unnecessary. Like, you smell like shit or you're ugly or something. You know what I mean? That's just mean for no reason. But it's like, bruh, this shit is gay. I'm sorry. I'm actually, no, that's disrespectful to gay people. I need another word. Gay people, help me come up with one. It's weak. It's incredibly weak and spineless, bitch-made behavior. That's what it is. It's fucking like, bro, there's no way they're that excited. This man's over here talking about the Gulf of America, and they're giving him a round of applause like he cured child cancer, which he's on camera saying that he would do, by the way. But he's not a cult leader. All right, got it. Ooh, they are on Grindr. We already know Grindr about to pop off as soon as this shit's over.
I also signed
They're already
an
making plays.
executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports.
From what I understand, Congress is already working on this. I mean, and it's like a fucking non-issue. Like, okay, question. How many men are in the NAACP? What is it? NCAA. How many men do you think there are? How many trans people are in college sports right now? This is something we can look up. What are your guesses? Since this is like the number fucking 2 issue in the country, apparently. Less than 100, 10 to 20. Somebody said less than 10%. 10% would still be a lot. 23, under 1,000, 17.02%. Somebody said 9. It's double digits for sure. If it's double digits, so 10, is 10 enough for it to be that big of an issue? Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Damn. Well, this is just based off of this. Mr. Baker told Senate committee in December there were less than 10 transgender athletes in the NCAA. I don't know if that's real, but that's what this says. Let's find an actual article. Like, bro, just give me the number. I don't like. We don't need to read all this shit. What? How many? Give me the number. Okay, no, this is about the ban. Okay, well, yeah, again, less than 10.
From Delaware is responding after House Speaker Mike Johnson announced a new policy barring transgender people from using bathrooms in the Capitol that...
Like, if, okay, I'm just making sure 510,000 big Republican governor of Massachusetts serving 2020. How many transgender are you aware of? Dublin has less than 10. Baker said, you know, okay. Is that the real number though, or is that just what a guy said? Let's just go with that. Like, is this really that important? Yeah. Okay. Like less, they're cheering for 10 people in college sports. 10. 10? Even if it's 50. Do you care that much for real?
3 years ago, Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her
Now look at her. I'm sorry.
girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male,
See, like, this is what the Repubs do. They hit you with the emotional shit. Because that is not fair, right? You think, damn, I'm a woman, obviously weak arms. and then some fucking LeBron James just joins your fucking high school team and takes your spot. That's fucked up. That shit would piss anybody off if you're reading about it all the time and hearing about it all the time and you're not an insane person, right? But we just looked up the number, less than 10. Move the fuck on. Nobody gives a shit.
he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side and ending her athletic career. It was a shot.
Now, my question is, how often does that happen if it's a woman?
Like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding.
Nice. What about my gas prices? We ain't talked about gas yet, Leon. I'll let you know that. Is that Matt Walsh's wife? No wonder that nigga's so mad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look at her psycho eyes. Jesus Christ. And also, you also look like shit. Just so they don't say I'm sexist, I hit both of them. Don't say the obvious, Kahmal. Don't say the obvious.
And if you really want to see numbers, just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman for a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours.
What the fuck is in what race? What race? He said, what race is this?
It's demeaning for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not going to put up with it any longer.
Like, what race? What is this, a 50 fucking hour race? This race would have to be 1,000 hours. If he beat the record by 5 hours, that's what he said. What? Cycling. Can I actually look this up? I'll look it up. What the fuck? Trans, I guess would be a woman. Beats race record by 5 hours. What the hell is this nigga talking about? Okay, so this says 5 minutes. What the fuck? Controversial trans cyclist Austin Kilps wins North Carolina race by 5 minutes. Not 5 hours. Just wanted to
in Austin.
put that in there.
But yeah, I just kind of couldn't match, Austin and some of the single track and, the power. It's just not comparable.
So he won. Power is not comparable. Controversial transgender cyclist Austin. That's cuz right there. Won a North Carolina race by a whopping 5 minutes. I mean, that is a long time in a race. It's not 5 hours, but running the second place finisher to declare that her power was not comparable and suggested. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's probably not fair. Do I need to make it like my entire fucking personality? No, but like, yeah, I agree that's probably shouldn't be cool.
Longer.
There you go. But you see how I can agree and still say that Donald Trump is a fucking retard? That's what you people need to do better at, in my opinion. Yeah. Boo. Also boo, though. Also boo. Why are you like a billionaire almost? That's weird. Yeah, sorry, Leon.
What
They're
I've
never
just
coming down.
described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world.
But this is what I mean. Like, this is the misinformation shit. He said transgender athlete breaks a record by 5 hours. In reality, a trans cyclist won a race by 5 minutes. There were no records broke. You see what I mean? And that's coming from the top. So, this is why there's so much fucking misinformation spread. We just saw it in real time. But fuck me, whatever.
What I have just described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never. Never going to let that happen.
Also a weird thing to say.
Among my very highest priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families. As you know, we inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare. Their policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans.
Like, if he could tell me what policies that Biden implemented that caused that, I would love to hear that. Because from what I understand, and I don't think Joe Biden was by any means a perfect president, but inflation was a worldwide issue, so I don't think you can just put that all on Sleepy Joe.
They've never had anything like it. We suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
So how the fuck is putting tariffs on Canada and Mexico going to make things cheaper, you fucking idiot? How does that make sense? It's going to be a long 4 years, Trek.
Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control.
Eggs are higher now.
The egg price is out of control, and we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration.
Secretary, do a good job.
Do a good job.
There you go. Do a good job. That's how we're going to fix it. I tell the secretary to do a good job, and it just magically fixes itself. Genius.
A major focus of our fight to defeat inflation is rapidly reducing the cost of energy. The previous administration cut the number of new oil and gas leases by 95%, slowed pipeline construction to a halt, and closed
Literally drilled more oil than ever before.
more than 100 power plants. We are opening up many of those power plants right now.
Standing ovation. I hate this country.
And frankly, we have
I can't wait to
never
get the fuck out of here.
seen anything like it. That's
out.
why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy emergency. As you've heard me say many times, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation on earth, and by far. And now I fully authorize the most talented team ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill, Baby, Drill.
Man, what do you mean jobs? Get more jobs from what?
My administration is also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline in Alaska, among the largest in the world, where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten. And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA.
What, when, and where is that going to happen?
To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but will be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars.
I feel I can't take this. Why am I pausing it? I'm just making it take longer. What are you doing, Kahmal?
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. GOES. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps.
Oh.
Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
This is exhausting.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need
It
this.
hasn't benefited him
Thank
at all.
you very much. We appreciate it.
Doing that out of
Everybody
the kindness
here,
out of
even
his
this
heart.
side, appreciates it, I believe.
Kindness of his heart, out of the kindness of his heart.
They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified.
Oh God, here we go.
$22
About to say some
billion
bullshit.
from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary
Okay, pick a number 1 through 5, and I'll look up one of these.
migrants. Nobody knows what that is.
You know, fuck you guys. Actually, I'm just gonna look up the next one, whatever he says.
$8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which
Lace fuck. Why you gotta say Lesotho? I don't know how to fucking spell that.
nobody has ever heard of. $60 million
Okay, do
for
this one.
indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America.
Did you say 60 billion or million?
$60 million.
Okay, let's look this up. 60 million dollars for, what did he say? Afro, what? Did he say something about gay?
$8 million in Central peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment. $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment
see. Oh God, they can't move. All right. Musk has 170 million aid. Maybe this is part of it. Here we go. So this is a tweet from them. Obviously, we're not just going to take what Elon Musk says because he's a fucking moron. Also, I don't know if I can trust this article, but let's see what it says. Colombian and foreign aid. Colombia has historically been... Is this the end? Okay. This is it. This is it. Here we go. Inclusion directs impacts of Colombia's sustained development. Studies have shown that countries can increase their GDP by 2.1 trillion every year by closing racial income gaps. What? While companies who commit to diversity are 152% more likely to innovate and see returns from their investment. For Colombia, whose population is 12.8% Afro-Colombian and indigenous, the returns from increased ethnic inclusion would be substantial. Okay. Also, from what I understand with this shit, there's been no fraud. It's just like this shit seems cringe, which I mean, I get it. That sounds pretty wild. Okay, am I really about to read this whole fucking article? IPACE vision. This isn't going to talk about how much money we gave them. It just talks about how it could benefit them. Oh, let's fucking keep
In
going.
Central America, $60
at least
million.
at least the
$8 million
thing is real. I don't know how much money we gave them, but
dollars for making mice transgender.
what? Oh, I can't do this anymore, bro. I can't do this.
Pro-Colombian empowerment in Central America, $60 million. $8 million for making mice transgender. This is real. $32 million for a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program. $1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her? A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring. $1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City. He's a real estate developer. He's done very well. $250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia. $42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $14 million.
Did he say Uganda?
For improving public procurement in Serbia. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well with learning. We know what we're doing. We should use it ourselves. And $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education. The most ever paid, nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them.
Oh,
They're
I'm
so
sure.
bad.
I'm
Many
sure.
more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people,
I gotta hit
headed
him
up
with
by
that. Oh my
Elon,
God,
and we
he's still
appreciate it.
going.
We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud.
And again, it's not fraud, it's just things that you don't like. And one, I don't know which one of those things are actually real. And two, look, man, I mean, if we're spending fucking tens of millions of dollars on Sesame Street in the Middle East, if that's true, which is unlikely, sure, cut that. But it seems like you're cutting way more than that. That's my fucking issue.
And we've taken back the money and reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things. Taking back a lot of that money. We got it just in time. This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors. And that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old.
I think that was fake. Let me just look at, wait, what?
And people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old.
There we go. Fact check, dumb. Follow NPR's annotated fact check on President Trump address to Congress. Oh, is this today? OMG. Here are the fact checks. No spoilers. Here we go. And we're also identifying shocking levels of incompetency, probable fraud and Social Security. Well, we already said 4.7. All right, there it is. So due to Trump is saying there are 4.7 million people who are getting Social Security that are between the age of 100 and 109. Let's see if this is true, according to NPR. Trump and his advisor, Ellen Bitch Boy, have been claimed without evidence that there is rampant fraud in the Social Security system. In his remarks, Trump asserted that the government database lists millions of people. Including 1.3 million people who are between 150 and 159. Wow, okay. And over 130,000 people over the age of 160. But a 2023 report from the Social Security Administration Office of the Inspector General said that there were nearly 19 million Social Security number holders aged 100 plus who didn't have information about their deaths in the system, that almost none of the 19 million holders currently receive. Okay. So that means they're in the system, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're getting money. Okay. So that's a lie. Got it. Nice. Sick. So he just lied about that. We got that? Okay, cool.
It lists.
That's why they're yelling, false. You see what I mean? This is not good. We have a president just open there, either knowingly or unknowingly lying. I know this little bitch knows that he's lying. This little bitch also knows that he's lying. He might believe this, but the fact that he's stupid enough to believe this is the fucking problem.
3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly.
Yes. Yes, Oceans. Unless you can prove that NPR is not, then yes, they are.
3.47 million people.
Because they have sources. This bitch does not. Unless you have something that can prove otherwise. You guys can't get caught in this fucking trap of, oh, I can't believe anything that anybody says except for the guy who's known to fucking lie all the time. That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
From ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 100.
Like, think about this logically. Think about how much fucking money that is. Think about this logically. If Donald Trump found somebody, because he's talking about all this fraud, right? First off, nobody's been arrested for any fraud. Why do you think that is? Second, if this goofy fuck found somebody stealing that much fucking money, 5 million people getting Social Security checks, don't you think they would have arrested the person? Don't you think we would know who the fuck was stealing all this shit? Or was in the department who was stealing all this shit? Was the head of the department who like, why do you think we haven't? There's been no faces. All we see is numbers and memes and shit. Why do you think that is? Use your fucking brain. Doesn't make any sense, right? You think they're just like, wow, okay, so you're just siphoning all this fucking money, but we're just gonna let you go. Mr. Democrat, you really think that? Big Balls caught you. He caught you. You're stealing all this fucking money, but we're never going to bring up your name or face or anything like that for any of all this fraud that we're catching. Use your brain. Doesn't make any fucking sense. But you have a problem with NPR. Because why? When have you ever caught them lying about shit? Never. But this guy lies all the fucking time. That is my problem with you guys. And Oceans, you know I love you, but you're fucking wrong on this shit. I'm sorry.
139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid to many of them. And we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck. Good luck. You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159 and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. We have a healthier country than I thought, Bobby.
Like, that whole speech was just bullshit. Oh, God. This fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. Fuck him, too.
Including, to finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220.
His own family came out and was like, bruh, this guy's a fucking idiot. Please do not put him in charge of shit. He is an incompetent fucking loser, and he has always been like that his whole fucking life. Please stop.
20 and 229. One person between the
But
age
for
of...
some reason, he cracked the fucking code, and all the scientists and mathematicians and fucking doctors are wrong. But this fucking drug addict fucking retard is the one that knows everything. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people? What the fuck? You niggas are crazy.
240 and 249, and one person is listed at 360.
Oh shit, I'm just saying sources should be vetted and billions get mismanaged. Okay, we can agree on that, but my thing is, why are you questioning fucking NPR, but not Trump?
Years of age, more than 100 years, more than 100 years.
If you can show me anything that counters what they're saying, I'm open to it. I'm not like NPR Live or Die. But, like, they haven't given me a reason to not trust them.
Older than our country.
All right, Oceans, from your comments, you've been real pro-Trump, and that's weird to me. I don't get it. I don't think I've seen you say one negative thing about Trump in a minute, or if ever.
But we're going to find out where that money's going.
You motherfuckers are acting like I trust the government? No. But as of now, he is the government. Let's not forget that.
But we're
This guy acts like he's the fucking victim all the fucking time. Bro, you are the establishment. What are you talking about?
Find out where that money's going. And it's not going to be pretty. By slashing all of the fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families.
I've heard so much about the Alaskan pipeline. I don't know shit about it. I don't. I'm not going to act like I do. Wow, that's One Ocean. It's a good song.
And today, interest rates took a beautiful drop, big, beautiful drop. It's about time.
Did they?
And in the near
What the fuck is he talking about?
future,
Interest rates went down today? Was it the 4th? Mm-hmm. 30-year mortgage rate, 0.19%. I mean, that doesn't sound like that much. Okay.
to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance it.
Just remember how much Trump overspent last time, and even not including the COVID shit. But we'll see what happens. But just let's not forget that. We are for real.
With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated.
How do you guys feel about this gold card shit? It sounds weird to me. I mean, from my understanding, I would imagine. Well, I don't know how the immigration works really. If you're rich as fuck, but if you have $5 million to drop on a fucking U.S. citizenship, I imagine it wouldn't be that hard to get it. Like, this feels weird. Like, at the very least, it's dumb, but it's like, what? It just feels scammy to me. Yeah, like a fast pass for corrupt rich people. There's already something very similar. Okay.
And these people will have to pay tax in our country. They won't have to pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one, at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there. So while we take out the criminals,
Can anybody explain what he just said to me?
killers, traffickers, and child predators who are allowed to enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats, the Biden administration, the open border insane policies that you've allowed to destroy our country. We will now bring in brilliant, hardworking, job-creating people. They're going to pay a lot of money, and
Mim, stop being racist.
we're going to reduce our debt with that money. Americans have given us a mandate for bold and profound change for nearly
I'm about to tap out, bro. We got like another hour of this shit. And he's still going. Oh, wait, no. It looks like it ended. Bruh. I can't do it.
100 years. The federal bureaucracy has grown until it has crushed our freedoms, ballooned our deficit.
Bro, for real. I always forgot to talk about the Andrew Tate shit. I'm like, how do you guys not see that this dude is on some creepy weirdo shit? How many sexual predators need to be in this man's orbit for you guys to, for the fucking things to start clicking? He's connected to Epstein, the most famous sex trafficker in the history of the world, is on tape calling Doo-Doo Trump, his best friend. A woman accused Trump of assaulting her with Epstein at either Trump or Epstein's house. They said they were like, they were like playing like weirdo fucking mind games, and Trump was being all fucking weird and handsy and shit on her. He's been spotted with him a billion fucking times. He has pictures with Diddy at Diddy's fucking parties. And now, apparently, the American government was leaning on Romania for them to allow him to come here. Why the fuck do you think that is? He always talks about how much he fucking hates America. Why would he come to Florida of all places? You think that was a coincidence? Like, wake up, people. Jesus Christ. And these evangelical Christians who are talking about Jesus. This is your guy? Are you fucking kidding me?
And held back America's potential in every possible way. The nation founded by pioneers and risk takers now drowns under millions and millions of pages of regulations and debt.
That's true. I'm sorry.
Approvals that should take 10 days to get instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years before you're rejected. Meanwhile, we have hundreds of thousands of federal workers who have not been showing up to work. My administration will reclaim power from this unaccountable bureaucracy, and we will restore true democracy to America again.
I can't even like entertain what he just said. Did he just say like hundreds of thousands of people are just not showing up to work? Like, am I really supposed to believe that that's true? Especially when this dude's just firing like hundreds of thousands of people at a time. It's just like, really? Jesus Christ. I can't do it. This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Any federal bureaucrat who resists this change will be removed from office immediately. Because we are draining the swamp. It's very simple. And the days of rule by unelected bureaucrats are over.
Oh, what, you mean like Elon Musk? I feel like this is like really their time to shine, because he wasn't elected by nobody, but he really doing a lot. I appreciate the 3. It's not about.
And the next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest economy.
I know, right? Their legs must be doing overtime, and their hands probably hurt too.
In history,
and their jaws.
Is for this Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody. They're in there. They're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that.
Thank you, Donnie.
But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax cut.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what we need. More tax cuts for rich people in this country. They don't have enough yet. Show Elon.
Thank you. It's a very, very big part of our plan. We had tremendous success in our first term with it. A very big part of our plan. We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
I think that would be great if it actually happened, but we'll see. Let's remember he said this. I mean, it's going to be kind of hard. He really ran on that. From what I understand, it's not, but we'll see. TBD. I think the fact that old people have to pay taxes on their Social Security is fucking insane. Like, you already take this shit out of your paycheck, then I got to pay taxes when I get it too. That's like double bullshit. That's a terrible rule. Why didn't I let it play? Fuck.
I also want to make interest payments on car loans tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America.
I wouldn't be mad at that either. See, I'm not deranged. But is that going to happen? We'll see.
And by the way, we're going to have growth in the auto industry like nobody's ever seen. Plants are opening up all over the place. Deals are being made. Never seen. That's a combination of the election
What's your question, boy?
win and tariffs. It's a beautiful word, isn't it? That, along with our other policies, will allow our auto industry to absolutely boom. It's going to boom. Spoke to the majors.
Exactly, because it's a cult, bro. Because this is a cult. That's why.
Today, all three, the top people, and they're so excited. In fact, already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America, with Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana, one of the largest anywhere in the world.
Was that before? Because I was just in Japan and talking with a dude who works for Honda, and I feel like he told me about this. Colin, am I imagining that? I don't know if he's still here.
And this has taken place since our great victory on November 5th, a date which will
Is that a
hopefully go
troll?
down as one of the
See you later. Is that a troll?
most important in the history of our country. In
Oceans, that would be great.
addition, as part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before, we will provide
Oh,
100
God. How many more minutes should we give this? I can't do an hour. There's no way. I'm ready to fucking kill myself.
100% expensing. It will be retroactive to January 20th, 2025. And it was one of the main reasons why our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us the most successful economy in the history of our country. First term. We had a great first term. If you don't make your product in America, however, under the Trump
I
administration,
do not have Trump derangement syndrome. Everything I've said about Trump is very logical. I'm sorry. I don't like the guy because he's a bitch.
you will pay
And he does things that are just objectively fucking stupid.
a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them, and South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher. And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to South Korea, but that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe. This system is not fair to the United States and never was, and so on April 2nd,
Let's look it up. Seeking permanent income to cuts all while popular with many workers in tip-heavy industries like casinos, a big consistency swing state of Nevada. The idea has some drawbacks. Unless those tax revenues were replaced somehow, it would create an even bigger budget deficit. Well, yeah, of course. More tariffs. Okay, yeah. Okay. I was just trying to see if those things were true, but it looks like they didn't do everything.
I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not, just one day cost us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us, we will tax them. If they do non-monetary tariffs to keep us out of their market.
I don't even know if I would be totally opposed to that. I mean, I'd like to hear a counter argument, but I mean, that kind of makes sense to me.
Then we will do non-monetary barriers.
I don't think we should just start doing tariffs, but I mean, if people have tariffs on our shit, seems fair.
To keep them out of our market. There's a lot of that.
But do
too.
they, or
don't
is this
even
nigga
allow us
lying?
in
That's
their
the real
market.
question. I don't know.
We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before.
I think we definitely got
I did it with China, and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it. We have been ripped off for decades.
I read some article today that said, because Trump said that he started the tariffs in China, but it said we've had tariffs on China since like 89 or some shit. That was funny.
By nearly every country on earth, and we will not let that happen
That's
any
a good
longer.
question. This shit looks crazy.
Much has been said over the last 3 months about Mexico and Canada.
This is my last thing.
But we have very large deficits with both of them. But even more importantly, they've allowed fentanyl to come into our country at levels never seen before, killing hundreds of thousands of our...
Let's look up. Let's look this up. This will be the last thing. Then we're going to do a palate cleanser. Maybe we'll come back. Maybe we won't. Oh, God. I got to try to spell fentanyl. Oh, God. Again, NPR, sorry. Wait, what was this? I thought it was NPR. Oh, no. Trying to say fentanyl crisis is only a pretext for Trump's new tariffs. To describe fentanyl overdose as a crisis in the U.S. despite the fact that fatal overdose have plummeted since 2023. Down nearly 24% according to the latest data coming from the Center of Disease Control and Prevention. That's the CDC. Put that together. But can we get a, like, how much, this is what I would like, a pie chart This much fentanyl comes from this country. That's what I want. I don't want to read all this shit. We need to make information easier to read. All right. You got to remember, the average American reads at a 6th grade level. What are we doing here? All right. Chinese officials said they have already stepped in and cooperate with the U.S. during efforts. Like, don't you think Canada would be willing to work on the fucking border to avoid tariffs if that was a real issue? Like, do you really think they're like, yeah, nah, fuck that shit? Mexico has also stepped up law enforcement pressure on drug cartels, staging raids against fentanyl labs and arresting gang leaders. Last month, Mexico transferred 29 cartel leaders into U.S. custody, so it sounds like they're doing some shit. Tuesday, Mexico's President Claudia Sheinberg said her country, too, would retaliate with 25% tariffs on U.S. goods. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, it didn't really answer my question. Oh, fuck.
Citizens and many very young, beautiful people destroying families. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They are, in effect, receiving...
No one's ever seen anything like it. That is a fact.
Subsidies of hundreds of billions of dollars. We pay subsidies to Canada and to Mexico of hundreds of billions of dollars, and the United States will not be doing that any longer. We're not going to do it any longer.
All right, well, I'm ready to end it all. About ready to end it all. See if I can find anything less depressing.
Social Security.
I might just end the stream, to be honest.